Istanbul, Istanbul, we are coming. Istanbul, Istanbul, I pray. Istanbul, Istanbul, we are coming. We are coming in the month of May. Istanbul, Istanbul. What a week. What a fantastic week this is for Chelsea. We have deserved this. What a week it is. We've beaten Leeds, we've sent them towards relegation, and now we are through to the quarter-finals of the Champions League. We are through to the last 8 of the European Cup. What a fantastic couple of days, and the way that we have done it. We have been so full of passion and heart and determination, and it makes me so proud to see my team playing like this again. It was a fantastic night. It's one of those nights at Stamford Bridge that will live long in the memory. Stamford Bridge, under the lights, there really is nothing like it. Chelsea's record in Europe is sensational. Chelsea are London's representative of Europe, and this goes way back. Way back. This goes back 1971. Chelsea beating Real Madrid in Athens. This goes back even to Gus Poyet scoring against Real Madrid. This goes back to Gianfranco Zola in the Rosunda Stadium in Stockholm. This goes way back before Abramovich. Yes, in a Champions League conversation, the score is Chelsea 2, London 0. But we're so much bigger than that. We're so much better than that. And when it comes to Europe, we are the team. We are London's representative. And we have eliminated Borussia Dortmund. And we have done it in such a deserving way. We have been the better team. We have been the better team over both legs. We deserve to knock them out. And do you know what I need to talk about very quickly? Because I think that people are going to be questioning me on this. Graham Potter. Am I Graham Potter out? Yes, I am. Do I think that Chelsea could improve upon our selection of manager? Absolutely. But that doesn't mean that I don't embrace and admire certain things that Chelsea do. That doesn't mean that I don't partake and embrace amazing nights like this. Just like you wouldn't expect Manchester United fans to not partake because they don't like Glazer. Yes, I think Graham Potter is out of his depth at Chelsea, but that goes beyond Graham Potter. That performance goes beyond Graham Potter. We have seen Chelsea managers who are out of their depth get to European Cup finals in the past. Remember, in 2008, we got to the final in Moscow. Avram Grant was our manager. In fact, I remember going to Olympiacos in the last 16 of the European Cup. I went to Olympiacos when Avram Grant was our manager. We drew 0-0 out there and we won at home, but I was in the away end. Had a great time. Was desperate for us to get to the final. Simply not rating the manager. And I obviously didn't rate Grant. He's probably our worst manager of the last 25 years. Obviously didn't rate him, but you still enjoy these moments. You still embrace these situations. And Chelsea are potentially going to win the European Cup. I can honestly see a world where we can do it. I think tonight could be our Napoli moment. You know, when we played Napoli under Di Matteo, AVB was our manager. We went to Naples. We got battered 3-1. Ashley Cole cleared one off the line. We brought them back in Ivanovic. Tonight could be our Napoli moment. It really did feel spectacular. I am so proud of this team. They did everything that I wanted them to do. Even if they'd gone out tonight, playing like that and going out would have been fine. I could have lived with that because they were up for it. They were hungry. They fought. They were determined. They cared. And it mattered. And they fought for the badge on their shirt. So I am over the moon with the way that we played. And look, people are going to want to talk about the penalty, right? At the end, you could see the Dortmund players were going crazy at the referee. You know, they really were lambasting him, trying to make their point heard, trying to lodge their complaints. And look, the question, I suppose, becomes the decisive penalty. Was it a harsh decision or was it not? And I think the answer is maybe, maybe not. I think whatever your view on it, I guarantee you this, you will be able to find somebody to argue with on the internet. My opinions pretty much are, if the encroaching player touches the ball in a decisive way to stop a Chelsea player getting the rebound who's played by the rules, it needs to be retaken. If a player who has played by the rules doesn't get there because a player who has broken the rules does get there, I think it needs to be retaken. But you can argue with that about someone else, right? Yeah, you can have that argument elsewhere because for me, I just want to talk about the majesty that is European football. The spectacle that is European football. There really is nothing quite like it, is there? It is just sensational. And even watching the Dortmund fans making one hell of a racket. You know, I think my favourite sight in the world, the favourite thing for my eyes to see, you know, some people, they like views. They like the view over London or the view of the iconic skyline of New York City or the view of the Lake District or a view from an aeroplane. Do you know what my favourite sight is? Football fans bouncing in unison, together, serenading their team, trying to instill confidence and love and determination into their team. And in fact, my favourite sound is the sound of football fans singing in unison, serenading their team, driving their team forward. And the Dortmund fans were fantastic for that. The colour on display, but I thought the Chelsea fans were incredible as well. You know, the game was delayed because of the Chelsea fans making their voices heard on Fulham Road. And I just think that European football, European nights are just so spectacular. It's a glorious sight. It's a glorious noise. It's a glorious competition. And we did very well. Look, there's a lot that we could pick apart. And, you know, if you want to do that, I'm just over the moon. But if you want to do that, we can talk. I think Graham Potter got certain things wrong. I think there were some crazy substitutions. I think we sat back to invite pressure. Taking off Joao Felix for Conor Gallagher didn't sit right with me. It really did amplify how wrong he got it at Tottenham, because our fullbacks were immense. Ben Chilwell, Reece James, two best players on the pitch. And they are obviously the two best players on the pitch because they're the two best fullbacks, arguably, in the league. And he played a flat back four against Tottenham with those two players available. So there are many things that we can talk about, but I don't think today's a day. I mean, a lot of people will focus on, like, I don't know, since 2004, Chelsea's teams have had one of two things, haven't they? We've either had a sort of poise and control of games, or a kind of style and urgency. So Mourinho would be control the game. Poise, culture, and control is what Mourinho's overall approach was. Whereas Ancelotti was more sort of style and flamboyance and urgency. And that's the way that all our teams have played. That's the way that Chelsea fans react to our teams. And this team doesn't really have that. But I'm just too happy to even focus on that at the moment. We deserved it. We were miles better. We were so much better than Dortmund over the two legs. And I think the important thing to remember, right? Everyone will be calling Chelsea lucky. And I suppose on the big decision, the penalty, we were very lucky. We rode our luck. But I think over the course of the game, we were quite unlucky, you know. I don't think it's even an exaggeration for me to say that we could have scored 3 more goals. It's just if the margins had been slightly different, you know, an inch here, an inch there, I think we could feasibly have scored 3 more goals. You know, Sterling was just offside twice. Havertz hit the post, didn't he? You know, we created chances, and overall, we definitely deserved it. We are in the last 8 of the European Cup. Istanbul could be on our horizon. I cannot wait. Thank you for watching this video. Tell me in the comments below, are Chelsea going to win the Champions League? Please give this video a like if you've enjoyed it. Click subscribe. Get in.